So as some of you may know, the white LJ is sold. It actually arrived at its house in Phoenix, Arizona, December 7th. Was a Wednesday. It was a Wednesday. So I no longer have that. During the sale, I actually was looking for a very specific build. I wanted something kind of gutted out that I could do a lot of customizations to, and ran across a buddy who had a Jeep sitting in his yard, and he kind of said, you know, I don't need it no more. I'm not going to do anything with it. If you want it, come check it out. It's got a motor, it's got a transmission that comes with it. So I ran over one afternoon, met him, really good friend of mine, and actually ended up buying it for a really good deal. So I'm here at the garage. So that's actually what I'm going to show you right now is the new Jeep. Also, there is our 69 C60. We just put a box on it. Look at how clean. 28,000 miles. Thing's sweet. We're actually turning this into a little business for some weddings and stuff like that. But here at the garage, there it is. 2006 Jeep Wrangler LJ. You know, I couldn't run away from it. It's already been gutted, transmission, motor, everything gone. The owner before, my buddy who bought it, actually painted it like a flat black, but we're gonna change that up a little bit. And then here is the real star of this build. That's a 2004 LQ4 6.0 LS, well, an LT. It's got the cast iron block with a 4L80E transmission. And the beauty of this is this Jeep that I bought is already getting ready for this swap because it already has a winter shifter. So this Jeep's gonna get a full build. Actually, the guys over at Moto Built have already, you know, started sending me some product. I worked out a really good deal with them. I ran all their product in the last Jeep. I loved it. The armor, everything like that looks awesome. It lines up great. The single tri system that I ran before worked phenomenal. But when I was building the last one, I really wanted a double triangulated rear end, and then they released the double tri front and rear end. So that was kind of what led to the sale of the LJ, just to put a motor in the LJ, swap the suspension out, and kind of clean it up. I could buy something like this and build it over and get exactly what I wanted from the get-go. So back to the surprise for today. I actually have a 14-bolt front axle on order. It's going to take a while to get in, plus just the cost of building it right now just didn't make sense, especially considering that I've done 3 or 4 Super Duty junkyard 60s, and the cost that I can just build a front and rear 05 plus F250, F350 set of axles just makes sense to put it in the Jeep. It gives me time to build that 14-bolt front. So today we're actually headed to pick up a set of 2010 F350 single rear wheel 410 geared axles. So today's surprise is actually axles. Ordered a set of 2010 F250 axles out of Michigan. They shipped down to a local transmission shop in Mount Sterling, which is like 45 minutes away from me. They came in yesterday. They weren't ready to be picked up till today. I'm actually going to put those in now instead of the 14-bolt front. I've got a 14-bolt front on order. the cost of just getting that 14 bolt front built and installed in the Jeep was probably going to run me 8 to 10 grand once you go 40 spline and get everything fitted for it. And with the time weight on the front truss from Moto-Built, it just didn't make sense. I wanted to get it rolling. I wanted to get this project going. I didn't want to spend a year building this Jeep. So today I'm headed that direction. I'm actually also going to have my little sister with me, so she'll make an appearance here shortly. She's heading to travel volleyball practice, and since I was headed that way, I just decided I'd take her and drop her off. So a couple of plans with this Jeep, just to give you all an idea, and what I'm actually going to be doing with the YouTube channel is I'm going to try to video as much as possible. I mean, from the beginning to the end, what I done, how I done it, who I worked with, why I worked with them, what I chose, why I chose it, and kind of just give you all some detailed information, because honestly, for the last 3 weeks, I've sat in bed at nighttime and searched Novak conversions, search Holley LS conversions, depending on the LS harness myself. Like, there's 3 or 4 different rabbit holes you can go down for this. I don't want to send it off. I don't want somebody else to do it, just because I want to learn, and for the simple fact that if I'm out in the trail and something goes wrong, like, I want to know where the wires are, why I ran them that way, and how I can fix it. To me, that's just the simplest way to do it. I've got the time, I've got the knowledge, I've got, you know, my grandpa was a mechanic. He's done a lot of my previous builds with me, especially my gearing. I've learned a ton about gearing from just spending time up there in his shop, re-gearing my axles in my old Jeeps. So this series is going to be a lot about building this Jeep, and really just getting some feedback from people that's done it, and some feedback from companies that, you know, are really stepping up to try to help out, giving us very good information to build this Jeep, as well as, you know, good product. I've had a lot of good conversation. I've been on the phone with Novak for about an hour, just getting an idea about how they build their harnesses, you know, what the support is behind what they're giving you. I've also spent a little time with Holley, but the downside to, like, the Holley system is, you know, something goes wrong, you got to get it from Holley. Now, not everything. Your injectors are, you can run GM injectors and stuff like that, but like, if the system goes bad, the system's bad. And I can run to a junkyard and pick up another, you know, fuel rail or anything like that that can just be a factory LQ4 block part. So that's one big plus to why we're doing this build video. We want people to really see that the Jeep build in all is hard. Yes, it's, you know, you got to have some basic skills. You got to know how to weld. I'm not a great welder. I can tack and do simple work. I got a really good buddy, Justin, who does my finishing welding for me, just because I trust him and I'm always with him, and he usually knows exactly how I'm going to be on the rig and knows we're going to weld it well. But wiring and stuff like that, I have a good understanding of wiring. I don't always have the prettiest wiring, but it works. And for me, you know, that's all I'm really looking for, is to make it work. But with this build, we're going to make it nice. We're going to make sure it works, and we're going to take our time. So follow along these next couple months. You know, I'm going to try to post videos in detail so you can really just grasp what's going on, week-to-week updates, and get really good information as we truck along. So we're here at our first stop. I'm obviously babysitting the little sister with volleyball practice. We're actually at Camargo Transmission in Mount Sterling. They actually was the delivery point for my axles, so we're gonna get them loaded up and continue on the road to get her out to practice. And there we are, all loaded. What do you think?